side right now, and what we're going to do is all right. Welcome everybody, and thanks everybody for being here for these two special young men in their big day. I wanted to bring them up here together for just a minute because I think it's fitting that the quarterback and receiver are together one last time on this important day as they look forward to their future. I'm going to talk about both of them together for a minute, then we're going to let Nysaiah sign first, and I'm going to talk about him a little bit, and then we're going to let Stephen sign second, and I'm going to talk about him a little bit individually, okay? I think it's very important that there's obviously so many people to thank. First, I want to say thank you to the families for allowing these two guys to be here as Tennessee High Vikings and play for us for 4 years, because they are special people and have made a huge difference. I took the job on an interim basis in July, and really the first order of business I thought was I need to meet with my seniors and let's get rolling on some senior leadership and talk about two awesome examples are these two guys. Like I said, I'm going to talk about them individually in a minute, but we put together a senior leadership committee, and then eventually we voted the coaching staff and the entire team, and both of these two were selected by their teammates and by the coaching staff as team captains. So I think that says a whole lot about who they were. As leaders, you couldn't ask for better people. I mean, I could always know I could count on these two. I went to them a lot when I needed thoughts on what players were thinking or just wanted to get some players' input. I knew I could go to these two for sure. Like I keep saying, I'm going to say in a minute some individual stories about them. But like I said, I want to thank you, the families, how much you all sacrifice for your sons to play football and to play football here at Tennessee High for us. And I'm sure they can't say thank you enough for the support you've given them through their life. To all the coaches, I want to say thanks, Coach Mays. I want to acknowledge him. He's been these guys' head coach for 3 years. They love Coach Mays and what he has done for them. I do want to mention our new head football coach, Coach Reimer, is standing back there. It'll be his turn to do this next year. And I'm going to go back to being an assistant. And then all the other coaching staff that's standing over there who have given these guys countless hours. So I want to acknowledge all of those people. And I know there's people I'm leaving out, but I think we need to do that for sure. So what we're going to do first is we're going to sign Nysaiah, get the family up here in a minute. I'm going to talk about him, and then we'll sign Stephen, okay? And so if Stephen, if you'll go there, we'll get you in a minute. If you all want to come up and bring your stuff here. There's a pen if you need it. We'll get seats here, however many you need. You get you a seat right there. All right, I want to talk for a little bit and focus on Nysaiah. Known him since I feel like he was born. His father, Sean, and I were teammates in high school and go way back together. And I know Nysaiah got a lot of that toughness because his daddy was tough as they could be on the football field as we were teammates together. But Nysaiah started coming around the program from a very young age. He'd come in here with Squeaky. And we've known him, this coaching staff's known him, feel like we've watched him grow up. And I tell you what, we couldn't be prouder of the fine young man that Nysaiah Foote is. I mentioned a minute ago the vote for captain, just to show you something. There were 12 coaches' votes. Nysaiah got 12 coaches' votes to be a captain of the football team. So I think that says a tremendous amount about who he is as a person, and watched him lead and help the younger people. And you talk about a guy, Nysaiah played through a lot of pain this year, a lot of pain. And he was one that was always saying, Coach, don't make me miss. Don't make me sit out. I mean, we would have to say, Nysaiah, we got to take care of you. I'm ready to go, Coach. I mean, that's who he is. Offense and defense, huge part of both sides of the ball. We counted on him tremendously defensively, making calls for us and checks for us in the defensive secondary. He played corner. He played safety. He was a tough receiver we could always count on. So, Nysaiah, just so proud of you. Look forward to everything you've got ahead of you. He's going to be attending the University of Cumberland's in Williamsburg, Kentucky. So if you want to go ahead and sign there, and is anything you want to say real quick?
I want to say thank you to everybody that came out and showed support to me, and not only me and Steven. I want to thank all the coaches that invested in me and my family right here. I'm just ready for this next chapter.
Okay, let's sign him up. We'll get some pictures in a minute, okay? We can get pictures and all that here in a minute.
Oh, okay.
All right, Stephen, your turn. Family, come on up. Hey, how are you? Good.
This is exciting.
It is a big day.
See if I can hold back some tears.
I know.
When we were on our visit, I cried 3 times.
I've got, yes, I understand. I got one in Georgia and one in. Okay, let's talk about Stephen Johnson here for a little bit. So glad that we've had Stephen these 4 years, and I want to talk about watching a young man work like I've never seen somebody work. I'm talking weight room, I'm talking anything he could constantly do to make himself a better football player, a better quarterback. He'd go to any camp he could go to. He's been coached by fine quarterback coaches here. And just, when you talk about a person who's earned the right and worked like I've never seen somebody work to be sitting here today with this opportunity, it's Stephen Johnson. And I want to say something too, just a little side story. I mentioned some things about Nysaiah. Things I observed with Stephen that maybe a lot of people don't know except us coaches who are out there with them every day. I would watch Stephen take, as a senior quarterback, a sophomore quarterback, his backup, and I'd watch Stephen help him to bring him along. And if we're in a scrimmage and the coaches are standing behind, Stephen would be standing right there with us helping his backup. And when Jimmy threw his first touchdown pass in a scrimmage, first person I watched sprint to him and congratulate him was Stephen. Now you talk about, I've seen many cases where that just doesn't happen, where somebody's taking care of their backup like that. If he threw a first ever interception, the first person I saw run to him and say, hey, it's okay, that's going to happen, learn from it, was Stephen. Now you talk about actions speak louder than words, that said a whole lot to me. So I want to acknowledge that, just share that personal story. So Stephen will be signing with the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. Huge opportunity, can't wait to watch you grow. And so at this time, you sign your paper.
Before I sign, I just want to thank everybody that came out. I want to thank all my coaches. I want to thank Coach May specifically. He's been a great mentor to me, and I can't thank him enough.
There it is. Okay. Follow y'all's lead now on pictures and anything you need.